I will call the meeting to order, ask for any declarations of conflicts, proper time. None. Approval of minutes from the previous meeting. I need a motion. John Ruth, Dave Dew, seconder, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. And I'll read the application. Application number B-04-25. Take notice that an application has been made by 1236593 Ontario Limited, Erica Arts, owner of lands, municipally known as 6613 Bethel Road, Township of Warwick, for a lot line adjustment. And further take notice that the Land Division Committee for the Township of Warwick has appointed Tuesday, October 7th, 2025 at 9 a.m. for the purpose of the public hearing into this matter. The meeting will take place in person at the Township Office of Warwick Municipal Office, 5280 Nauvoo Road, Watford. Anyone may attend the public meeting. The meeting will also be live streamed on the Township YouTube channel. The committee is hearing more than one application at this meeting. Applications will be heard in order of the meeting agenda. The meeting will begin at 9 a.m. for all applications. And I'll ask Secretary to read the dates and places of the notice of public meeting.
Notices were sent by regular mail and posted on the property on September 19th, 2025.
I'll ask Heather to read letters submission supporting or opposing the application.
Any applications that were received are included in the planner's report.
Thank you. I'll now have Johan explain the planner's report.
Through the chair, thank you. Good morning, respected committee members and the viewing public. Just waiting for the presentation. All right, next slide, please. So the property is located at 6613 Bethel Road in Warwick. The properties as part of this application is 6613 and also 7402 Egremont Road. So 7402 is the property in which the severed portions will merge to. I'm going to give a high level context on this application and the associated application. So that's the next application, B05, that we'll be looking at. They're both related. So if you can see the drain that runs through 6613 Bethel Road, that's the Tanton drain. And for both applications, what's going to happen is all the lands north of the Tanton drain is going to be severed and merged to 6613 Bethel Road. So it'll go to Pierre Carts. And anything south of the drain is going to be severed and merged with 7402 Egremont Road. So that's a Sudman's property. And the reason that they're doing this is to avoid drain crossings, basically. Both farmers mutually agree that it'll be easier to farm either sides of the drain instead of having to cross over the drain. The lots are zoned A1, so they're agricultural, and the surrounding lots are agricultural as well with residences. Next slide, please. So there's two pictures shown here. The picture on the left is a picture taken from the road of 6613 Bethel Road. And the picture on the right is the drain crossing that we were talking about. Next slide, please. So this is the proposal for this application. If you can see 6613 Bethel Road, it looks like it's shown as 4 lots, but they all have the same ownership and are merged on title. The blue portion on the north part of the Tanton drain will be the retained portion as part of the severance. And the south portion below Tanton drain of 6613 Bethel Road, that's the portion that's being proposed to be severed off and to be merged with 7402 Egremont Road. Planning has no concerns. There's no landlocked parcels. It meets all the minimum land size requirements and meets all relevant planning policy. So the recommendation from planning staff is to approve this proposal with the following conditions. So I'm going to briefly go over the conditions. Most of these conditions are standard conditions for this type of application. The first one is that a copy of the deed and reference plan be submitted to the Secretary Treasurer in digital format. The next one is that a stamping deed fee be provided. We already have received that. The next condition is that all conditions be fulfilled within 2 years of the notice of decision of this consent. If these conditions are not dealt with within 2 years, this provisional consent will lapse. The next is, it's another standard condition that the applicants enter into an agreement with the Township of Warwick for the apportionment of drainage assessments on the involved properties. The next condition is that the severed lands be amalgamated with the property known municipally as 7402 Egremont Road and be registered in the same name and interest to which they are to be added. The next condition is that the transfer document for the severed lands be stamped with the stipulated merging certificate of consent. This is really important so that the lands merge and to avoid those lands to be merged, becoming its own entity. And the last condition is that the applicant solicitor confirm that the receiving lands are capable of accepting the lot addition to ensure proper legal merger. If the receiving lot was created by a prior consent for which an unstipulated regular certificate of consent, that is a regular stamp, was used, the applicant shall apply to the Committee of Adjustment for a certificate of cancellation of the original consent prior to registration. All that means is, as part of this application, if the lands don't automatically merge, it's quite likely that one of the lands involved was part of a previous consent and it has a previous consent stamp on it. If that's the case, then that has to be undone and then we can merge as intended. With that, I end my portion and I'm open to any questions you may have.
Thank you, Johan. Perica, do you have any comments or explanation of the application? If so, you have to go up to the microphone. Okay, thank you. I'll now ask if anyone in attendance, you have any questions or comments. If so, please state your name and address prior to making comments. You also have to go to the microphone. Does anybody have any comments? No. I'll ask committee members if they have any questions or comments.
Yeah, this has been done in the past, especially with the CNR Railroad, to make things safer and more practical. So I'm 100% in favor of it.
Thank you. Anyone else, Johan?
I just want to add, from a municipal standpoint, it's good for the municipality as well because this would reduce activity on the drain and disturbance of the drain itself.
Thank you. Any other comments? As there's no further questions, the committee hereby closes this portion of the meeting. Notice of the decision will be mailed out within 10 days from the date of the committee's decision. The appeal period is 20 days after the date of the decision is mailed. After that date, if there are no appeals filed, then the application becomes final and the property owner will be sent a notice. Thanks everyone for attendance. I'll now ask the committee for a decision.
I make a motion, we accept the severance and the rezoning of the lot line as presented.
Seconder, Dave Dew. All in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, I will start the next one. Application number B05-25. Take notice that an application has been made by Laura Sudemans, owner of the lands municipally known as 7402 Egremont Road, Township of Warwick, for a lot line adjustment. And further take notice that the Land Division Committee for the Township of Warwick is appointed Tuesday, October 7th, 2025 at 9 a.m. for the purpose of public hearing into this matter. The meeting will take place in person at the Township Warwick Municipal Office, 5280 Nauvoo Road, Watford. Anyone may attend the public meeting. The meeting will also be live streamed on the Township YouTube channel. The committee is hearing more than one application at this meeting. Applications will be heard in order of the meeting agenda. The meeting will begin at 9 a.m. for all applications. I will ask Heather to read any dates and places of notice.
Notices were sent by regular mail and posted on the property on September 19th, 2025.
Thank you. I'll ask you to read any letters submission supporting or opposing the application.
Any submissions that were received are included in the planner's report on the agenda.
Thank you. Johan, I'll ask you now to give your planner's report.
So the chair, thank you. Just waiting for the invitation. All good, thank you. Next slide, please. So this is a lot line adjustment application. It's involving 7306 Egremont Road. The properties part of this application is 7306 Egremont Road, 7402. Sorry, 7360. Thank you for the correction. 7360 Egremont Road, 7402 Egremont Road, and 6613 Egremont Road. All the properties are A1 agricultural. The surrounding properties are A1 agricultural as well, with single detached residences. Next slide, please. So there's two pictures shown. The picture on the left is 7360 Egremont Road. Hopefully I got that right. And the picture on the right is the drain crossing that we saw in the previous application. Next slide, please. So here's the proposal. There's a bit more going on here. So the lot that you can see in green is 7360 Egremont Road. So that and the pink parcel shown are all under the same ownership. So they're all merged on title. So the blue portion is going to be the retained lot, and the black portions are going to be merged in two ways. So the portion north of Tanton Drain is going to merge with 6613 Hartwell Road, and the portion south of Tanton Drain is going to merge with 7402 Egremont Road. This is the proposal. From a planning perspective, it meets all planning criteria, and there's no concerns seen. And with that, we planning staff recommend approval of the application with the following conditions. The conditions are similar to the previous one. So the first one is that a copy of the deed and reference plan be sent to the secretary treasurer. The second one speaks about the deed stamping fee. The third one talks about the 2 years that the conditions need to be dealt with after the notice of decision. And if the condition is not dealt with during that period, the provisional consent lapses. The fourth speaks to the apportionment of drainage assessments. The fifth is that the lands north of the Tanton Drain be amalgamated with the property known municipally as 6613 Bethel Road, as we discussed, and that the lands south of the Tanton Drain be amalgamated with the property known municipally as 7402 Egremont Road, and be registered in the same name and interest to which they are to be added. The next condition is that the transfer documents for these severed lands be stamped with the stipulated, so that's the merging certificate of consent. And the last condition was that the applicant solicitor confirm that the receiving lands are capable of accepting the lot additions to ensure proper legal merger. If the receiving lot was created by prior consent for which an unstipulated regular certificate of consent, that is a regular stamp, was used, the applicant shall apply to the Committee of Adjustment for a certificate of cancellation of the original consent prior to registration. With this, I end my portion and I open myself to any questions you may have.
Thank you, Johan. Jim, do you have any comments or anything you want to make? Just use a microphone, please.
Can you bring that photo back up of the farms?
Yeah. Okay, so this part will go with, that's 7402. This part as well, right? Goes to 7402, so all this, okay, I was just wondering what this one. Because that's a piece that's landlocked now, and it's actually merged with this, I think, but it'll go to this. Okay. Oh, push button.
Anyone in attendance have any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll ask committee members if they have any questions or comments. As there's no further questions, the committee hereby closes this portion of the meeting. Notice of the decision will be mailed out within 10 days from the day of the committee's decision. The appeal period is 20 days after the date of the decision is mailed. After that date, if there are no appeals filed, then the application becomes final and the property owner will send a notice. Thanks everyone for attending. I'll now ask the committee for a decision.
I move that we accept the severance as stated along with all the conditions.
Seconder? I'll second. Sean, all those in favor? Carried. Thank you. We're done.